What's going on, people? This is Jonah Pimney back with another sports reaction. Before the start of the video, just remember to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification button so that you can continue to receive your favorite Bears content from me, Jonah Pimney. Man, well, there's not much more to say about the season other than the fact that it is over. The most the Bears can do right now is just try to win these 4 final games to try to finish 9-7 and finish off the year on a good note. Luckily, they're facing a team that is also have not had a good season as well in the 4-8 Houston Texans. Now, we all know the story of last week. The offense finally came to life, something that we've been looking forward to basically all season. Hasn't seen it much since week 1 and week 3 of the season. And that Bears defense just did not show up. The pass rush was almost non-existent other than that one sack by Khalil Mack that was taken away over a bogus call on Buster Screen, who's also been struggling all season. It was just that the defense just finally just gave up, that the bubble just finally burst, and the defense couldn't basically sustain their excellence despite the horrible play calling by defensive coordinator Chuck Pagano to putting them in the worst position possible, and they still finding ways to basically hold until the offense try to put up some points. They just couldn't do it this time, and they allowed Matt Stafford with multiple starters out to basically torch them. This was the worst defensive output of the season, even worse to me than the Green Bay Packers, because the offense was clicking on all cylinders, and at least in the game with the Green Bay Packers, they made a few stops. It was like they just couldn't stop Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions at all, and it's going to be even rougher against this Texans offense with Deshaun Watson, who is an even more mobile quarterback that can get out there and make plays with his legs if the Bears defense decides to step up this week. Now, on the other hand, we do know the story of what happened with the Houston Texans. Bill O'Brien, a horrible head coach, him and Coach Nagy is in the running for the worst head coaches of both franchises in the last few seasons, with Matt Nagy not being able to adjust and make plays and scheme around his quarterback strengths and had all his weaknesses. And Bill O'Brien for trading away the Houston Texans star wide receiver over a baby mama dispute or whatever it was that I heard about earlier this season. So, yeah, we got 2 of the worst teams in the NFL playing each other, one of the worst teams. But the Bears still, some way I feel it, that they still possibly has a chance to make it into the playoffs. Just that they're going to have to win out and hope and pray that a few teams get a few unlucky losses on the schedule for the rest of the season. And the Bears do have Green Bay at home last for the last game of the season, but the Bears definitely gonna have to kick it up a notch and hope that the Packers sit their starters for the last week of the season. Now, the one question I know a lot of Bears fans is wondering, do the Bears even have a chance to win, and should they even continue to try to play to win for the rest of the season? Me personally, I say yes, strictly for morale, for team morale. That's it. Give the team some type of motivation coming into the following season, despite the fact that things once again for the second consecutive season did not go right for the Bears. We all know that the following season, most likely, Matt Nagy gone, Chuck Pagano is gone, and Ryan Pace possibly is gone along with them. So just as a team morale thing, to try to win as many games as possible, at least finish 8-8, at most try to go 9-7. That can be a good morale booster for the team the following season. And that's one of the main things I'm hoping that this Bears team try to do, and not try to give up completely and just give us that abysmal performance defensively that we're definitely not used to seeing. So hopefully the Bears defense can show up and the offense have a repeat performance that they did last week against the Lions, and the Bears can easily win this game. But the defense has to show up. If the defense do not show up like they did for the past couple of weeks, it doesn't matter if the Bears offense somehow put up 35 points. They're going to give up 40, 42 points, maybe more, because the defense just decided that they're just going to allow anybody to run over them, pass over them, and they give little to no effort whatsoever. Missed tackles, blown coverages, all the above. Now, I do know that part of that reason of that happening, it specifically goes on the coaches being unprepared and not scheming correctly for the right teams. The scheme they had more for Detroit was more suited for the Green Bay Packers, and the scheme they had more for the Green Bay Packers was more suited for Detroit, and vice versa. Even though, once again, Chuck Pagano do not blitz at all to save his life, and that's another main factor that came into play for both of those weeks as well. So hopefully Chuck Pagano stop being so damn conservative, because no matter what, you're giving up big plays as it is, not blitzing a veteran quarterback. You can't just give him all the time in the world to sit back and find the open man who will eventually be open. This is the NFL. This is not high school and college. So unless he make those adjustments, which I don't think he will, this coaching staff has failed to make adjustments all season, except it seemed like Bill Lazor, who now has been offensive coordinator for the past few weeks, who's put up the most points as the offensive coordinator so far this season. Unless he can make some adjustments offensively, and hopefully the defense can be cognate, this is going to be a rough game, because Deshaun Watson is no joke. Despite the fact that this team once again started out 0-4, they still find a way to possibly win games. Ever since then, they've been 4-4 in the season. If they'd have started out 4-4 in the season, they probably would have wound up winning a few more games in between that and would be in playoff contention. But having an incompetent head coach does affect the players that much, to a point that can result in a team from being 5-1 to 5-7, or a team that was once 11-5 last year to now being 4-8 this year. But as my final prediction, I'm predicting the Bears to win this game. I believe it's going to be a shootout, but this time the Bears is going to win. I believe the Bears is going to put up 35 points in this game, and they're going to be able to hold Houston Texans probably to 28 points in this game. So that is my prediction. The Bears win 35-28, have their highest point output of the entire season. And the Bears find a way to finally get a win after being over a month and on the losing track. So this is Jonah Pipney back with another sports reaction, people. Just remember to like and subscribe and tune in to other videos in the future. All right, people. Peace.